Thank you all very much once again for joining. It's always a pleasure to have you at Techy Friday, and we are most grateful for you being able to join today as well. So as you could recall, last week we were handling SharePoint, and this is SharePoint session 2. Basically, SharePoint helps you to be able to collaborate. It also serves as your modern intranet, and it also provides some governance over data. Should you have any specific need in terms of applying policies and all that, SharePoint is able to serve that purpose. And any other customization to improve the look and feel and enhance, should I say, internal communication, SharePoint is the tool to use within your Microsoft 365 investment. And like we keep saying, this forum is to assist you optimize the investment you've made in your Microsoft 365. Without taking much of your time, I would leave it for our presenter, Karl Graham. So thank you very much, and stay tuned.
Thank you very much, Edmund. Good morning, everyone. As Edmund made mention that this is a continuation of what we did 2 weeks ago. I'll quickly share my screen. So you confirm by using the raise hand on the Teams, to confirm whether you can see my screen. Okay, so I presume everybody can see my screen. So quickly, what we look at first is the content. That is what we'll be doing today. Fortnight ago, we did work with, we look at the SharePoint overall, and then we've also looked at how to work with document libraries in SharePoint. So we'll just continue with that today. And then we would also look at getting started with SharePoint creation. So we look at the types of SharePoint sites that you can create. So that is what we so we just create a SharePoint site. You just look at how you'll be able to give your SharePoint a proper naming. We would also look at how to be able to add your logo to your SharePoint site that you create. And then we'd also look at how you'll be able to publish news items and all that. So I would quickly, let me go to my, so in my demonstration, we will start because we recommend that you save your document in a SharePoint library. So in our demonstration, we will start the demonstration with creating a SharePoint site. And then in there, there's a SharePoint site that you create. You would create a document library, and then you would look at how you'll be able to add metadata, to your document library. You would also look at how you set up an alert on a document library. And then we'd also look at how you'll be able to sync your document library to your PC. Because mostly it is not at every point in time that you would have internet access on your PC. So we just look at in a situation whereby you don't have internet access on your PC, how can you access your SharePoint library? Since SharePoint library, it is a web-based application. Then we just look at how to check out and also check into a particular document. And then you would also look at how you're able to request a sign-off for a document. There are certain documents that it will require an approval before it is being sent out. So we also look at how you're able to request a sign-off for a document. I will sign it to my SharePoint online. So this is my SharePoint online. So those who are on the 365, so the SharePoint online, as we said 2 weeks ago, SharePoint online is part of this is the services that you are entitled to when you purchase an Office 365 license. So I would log into my main portal. So this is the Office 365 landing page. So I'll quickly search for SharePoint and I'll just move on to the SharePoint. So this is the starting page of a SharePoint online. So this is the main landing page that you normally see if you sign up to SharePoint online. Now I made mention that we will start with creating of a SharePoint site. So now when you are creating a SharePoint site, there are two types of SharePoint sites that you can create. One is a team site. So that is if I am ordinary user, or let's say I'm ordinary power user, or if let's say I am the head of a particular department. So I want a platform whereby I can collaborate with my team members, or even if we are in a company and then we are working on a particular project, then we just need a common platform whereby we will share ideas, we will collaborate, we will post or we will share news items without not necessarily using our WhatsApp pages for that. Then that is where you create a SharePoint and team site. Now, if you are looking at something that you would use as an entire organization, so as an entire organization, we are looking at having our corporate internet portal whereby the MD can post a message, whereby all the departments can have their own section and also share their document, whereby we would have our corporate policies document and all that. So that is where you create a communication site. I will not create a communication site. Last 2 weeks, I showed you how you able to use a communication site. So I will show you for those who are not able to join us last 2 weeks. So this is just an example of. So this is a communication site that you are seeing here. So this is how you can use a communication site to customize an intranet to use. So you see that for this site, we have all the departments. So this is a Gold Coast site. So as part of the Gold Coast, they have their various offices. So those in Accra have their own office, those in Tapa have their own offices and all that. And then you see you have an ECM also just to manage a content management. So we have all the various news items. We have the CEO. So the CEO can post any messages, and we have the various news items. And we also have their corporate events. So this is just a sample a communication site that I'm showing here. But as I said earlier on, you want to look at how an ordinary user will be able to create a site to be able to manage content and also share content. So I'll go back to my original account that I'm using. So on my extreme left-hand side, that's the top. So I see create a site, and then you see create a news post. So because I'm creating a site, so I'll click on the create site. Okay, so when the site comes up, okay. Okay, so Mr. Kufu, I see you have your hand up, so you can quickly come in.
Yeah, it's fine. You can continue. I just wanted to clarify that some of the things that Karl will be showing, some are technical and some are user. Now, let me put it that whether you can create a site, you can go back to your page, Karl, you can still be on it so that you can easily take over. So that I'm pointing to something. So where you are seeing now on this screen, whether before you can create the button, create site, and to get here, your administrator will determine. So it's not everybody that will be able to have this icon on the portal. in certain organizations is restricted. So there is some privilege. He mentioned the word administrator and power user. So depending on your level of right to the portal, you may be able to create a site or you will not be able to create a site. So just for you to know. And now maybe as Karl go forward, you will differentiate things that are purely administrative and things that are user. At this stage, what he's trying to show is administrator work or a power user work, in which case one person, being it the administrator or being it the power user, will create it. And of course, we don't expect any organization to have multiple sites. For example, like he said, team sites will be one team site per department, typically. There'll be one team site per department. And most likely you're going to have one communication site for the whole organization, except there are special project that they want to do. So this part of the project, the thing is showing you may be done only once by an administrator or a power user, or in your organization, if it is open, they will do. But the advice from Microsoft is not to create too many sites. But within the site, we'll be able to create document structures and folders and the things he said as we go forward. I just wanted to clarify that. And as we go ahead, if you have any question, type it in late. We want this to be interactive so that you benefit from it. That's why we're taking our time to go through this so that you appreciate what we are giving you. Overall, the series we are doing so far is to show you that when it comes to Microsoft 365, you are not just buying an email solution. Mostly people confuse that oh, it's expensive or it's too complicated. When it comes to Microsoft 365, email is just about 10% of it. And we've been using this series to expose you to what else can be done. You can post your questions, we'll pick it up, make this interactive. Karl, you can continue.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Akuffo, for your input. So as I said earlier on, there are two types of sites that you can create in a SharePoint. So we have a team site and you have a communication site. So you would create a team site, to share document or have a conversation with your team, or if you want to also keep track of an event. So that is where you create a team site. Then there is also the communication aspect, and so that is where you want to build a channel portal for your entire organization. So that is when you use a communication site. But for the purpose of this section, you will create a team site. So I'll just create a team site. So I would enter a site's name for this. So this is for our finance team. So this is a team site for a finance department. Okay, good. So while I am creating automatically, because it is a team site, it is automatically creating a group email address for us. It is also creating a Teams, Microsoft Teams as well for us. So I'll go to next. Okay. Then I'll add members to it because it is a team site. So you definitely need to add your members to it. So I'll add members to it and see. Let me add additional one and see. I'm adding additional members. Then it will just take a couple of minutes. So my team site is ready. So when you create a team site, now Microsoft has made it very flexible such that we have various template that you can use to also make your team site also look nice. So I'll browse through the template and see the templates that we have. So if the purpose of your team site is for event planning, then you see we have an event planning and template. So you can pick for that template. So you can just do a preview of it. So how your team site would look like if you pick an event planning template. So if I'm supposed to choose an event planning template, so this is how the template would look like. Okay, so this is how the template would look like. So I will not choose that one. So I'll quickly exit here. So this is my main. So this is a team. So you can go back anyway. So you can just go back and pick whatever templates that you have. So this is my team sites that I have here. So with these team sites that I have, so I can customize it. So I'll just customize by using the edit. So on my extreme left, right hand side, you see I have an edit here. So by using the edit, I can be able to edit this team site. But first, we look at how we change the logo. So on my extreme right, that's the top side. So I have the logo here, which is the MF. So that has no logo on it. So I want to apply logo to it. So by so doing, I would use the settings. So on top, so I see the settings here. So I'll click on the settings. Okay. And then I'll click on change the look because I want to change the look of my team site. So I'll go to the team, for instance. So I can pick a team here. So if let's say if the color or if my organization color is, let's say, blue or something, I can just pick a color here quickly, just apply a theme to it. Okay, then I can also go back to the look again, for instance, and then go and change the layouts, or that is the background color. So because this one, the team site is very white, that's the header is very white. So I'll just click on it. Okay. And then I'll come back again. I'll scroll down again. So after choosing the background, you can just come and choose the display of the site. So now currently this site is showing the title of my site. So if I don't want to see that site, I can just turn it off, and then my site's title is gone off. I'll just change it. So I want to change the logo of the site. So I come to the site logo here. I'll click on change. So I'll browse through pictures and then pick a particular logo that I want. Okay, so let me pick a logo here. Okay, so let me change this logo, for instance, and pick another logo. That would, yeah. Then quickly I will do a save. All right, so then I'll be able to make changes to my site and all that. Now you can see that my site has various content. So because this is a team site, so so we have the main page. So this is the main page, and then there is a conversation because this is a team site. So the conversation will take you to Outlook directly. So that is where that's where you can exchange emails and all that. Then there is also a document library aspect. Because definitely, if I am collaborating with a team, definitely a document library is also created for me. So we have the various document library. You can browse through the pages. You can browse through the site contents and all that. But for now, we will not browse through the pages. Let's see how I can customize this page that we are on it right now. So if I want to customize it, I'll use the edit button here quickly. So then I have my edit. So the first section that I'm seeing is the news section. So the next, so beside the news section is the quick links. So you can use the quick links to add any frequent links that you'll be accessing. Then beneath it, we have the documents library section here. Then underneath the new section, we have the activities. So for now, you will not need the activity section. So I'll delete the activity section here. And because as part of our collaboration, document is very important for us. So I don't like where my document library is. So it is either I can just drag it, for instance, then I just pick it, then I just change the position of my document library. So on this main page, I want to see news items. I want to see the various links that you've been accessing, and also I want to see the document library. So when I am done, I can save it as a draft. Now, if I save this as a draft, for instance, here, if I save this as a draft, the other members or the members of this group will not be able to see the changes that I have made because it has not been published yet. So I will pick the name of the team site. Then I'll go to a member of, so an account which is a member of this particular site. So let's quickly look at it. Okay, so let me go back again. Let me switch and go to the account that I'm using for the editing. So what do I need to do now? So let me delete this document library quickly. So I want to add a new section. So this page is divided into section. So we have the first section, which is divided into 2 columns. So that is the news items and also the quick links. So I will add another section here. So that section will be a 1 column section, and that section would contain a document library. So that would contain a document library. And then in my document library, what I need most is the document folder. So I'll select the document folder here. Then if everything is fine, then so once I have this, I have my document library here quickly. And then I want to modify how my news would also look like. So once I am done, I'll just do a save as a draft quickly. Now, so this is we having our site. So let's see how we can add news items. So if you want to add a news item, how are you going to add a news item? So I will quickly use the new at the top. So it is either you use the new here or you can use the one at the top. So I'll use the new news post. Okay, so either use new news post or beneath the news there's an add. So I want to add a news item. So what do I want to do? So I want to create a new blank post. So this is a new item. So I'll give the news a name. So probably a name. Let me create. Okay, an alert. Okay, so that is the name of it. And then every news must also have a picture, definitely, so I'll add an image. So I'll add an image here. So let me pick an image. So I don't have any image in my SharePoint library, so I would upload it from my PC. Okay, so I can pick any of the images here. Okay, so create an image. So I'll just add the image. Okay, so I'll just drag it so that people will see the document here. Now, any news item would also have a text. So I'll quickly pick a text here. So let me let me copy these items here quickly. Then let's see, good. Now, because the font size is very big, I don't like how the font size is also looking. So I'll just change it. Okay, so if I want to change it, so beside the font options, so I'll go to the option here and just change the font color to the font size to, let's say, 14, which is okay for me. Okay, then the font type is okay. I don't need any, so it is okay for me. Now, you see, there's an option for users to also comment. So if you want users to comment on a particular news item, then that is when you leave the news item on. So I'll just say no, then I'll just save. Now, this is a news item that I have added. Now, if I go to the other accounts that I am part of it, so you see that when I click on it, I don't see the news items that I have created. Why? Because when I was creating this new news post, I didn't post it. So you can create a news item but not post it. So if you don't post any news item, those who are part of this particular site will not have access to it. So I'll quickly post the news. So when I post it, then I come to the home page. So I will see the news item here. So I'll create another one again. Let me create a last one. So the same thing. Okay, so let me create another one again. Okay, so this one would request for a sign off. Okay, so I'll just do request sign off.
So just Just to chip in
Then
something.
I'll paste. Okay.
I'll just hold there. So you just be on it, don't change anything. So just suppose somebody will ask, so what is this for? Basically, this is your department's notice board or your organization's notice board. With the COVID and with remote work and all that, the notice board as we knew it is gone. Sending emails will mean people will have different versions. Having this will mean that always the latest is there and everybody is in sync. Easy way of communicating and getting people all sync on the same subject. Very good for communication, just to put it in perspective. If you have questions, please post it. Karl, continue.
All right. Okay, so the same goes for this news post. So I would post it. Now that I'm done, I'll quickly post it. Then I go to my news page. So let's see whether my other colleague would see it. Okay, so I'll just click on refresh this one. Okay, quickly, I'll just create it. All right. So you see that this account is not seeing it because now that I have done everything. That is, I've created a news post. Now I have not published my SharePoint page yet. So the page that I am working on, I have not published it yet. So that is why this account, okay, so that is my personal account, which is a member of the finance team site, doesn't see the changes that I have made because the site is not published yet. So you can make all the changes, but if you fail to publish it, then others would not see it. So that is something that I want to let you know. So others will not see it. If you make any changes and that changes, you don't publish it, then others will not see it. All right, so I want to edit this page again. I don't like the feel of how it looks like, so I want to edit the news item. Okay, so now this news item has the name of the news item and also some of the content of it. So that is not what I want. I just want to display the name of it. And then after just displaying the name of it, then it should just give me just the name. That is all. So in that case, we have various options, or we have various layouts that you can use to display a news post. So I would quickly go for the hub news. So the hub news just gives me, just gives me the title of my news post. Okay, so I'll just go for that option. Yeah, and then I'll just quickly do a save. So if I do a save, so at least I know that, okay, so this news item has just the title of it and all that. Now you see that it also has because this is the account that you created it, beneath it, you see now it is showing the author of this news post. So that is something that I also don't like. So quickly I can go back again. So I can quickly go back to the edits again quickly. All right, so I'll just click on the news item post and I'll do an edit of it. Then I don't want to show author. Okay, then quickly it then goes off. So I will save as a draft. Then I will publish it. Good. So now this page or this news page has been published. So I'll go to the other account that is also a member of it and let's see what happened. So I'll just refresh it. Then I can see the news post that was just created. So I can click on the news post, to read the content of it. So this is the content of the news post that I'm seeing here. So require sign off. You use the require sign off feature in SharePoint to quickly create an item. At least just for you to, so this is also helps you to also process the information. Now the good thing is that now you can have the SharePoint application on your mobile phones. So you can have it on your mobile phones, you can have it on a tablet or another. So it doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in the office, outside, or whatever. Any post that is being made, you will receive a notification instantly. Okay, all right. So that's the news post. Now what I want to do is I want to modify the quick links quickly so that the quick link would display the viewer sites that you've been visiting. Now what I'll do is that I'll quickly select the quick link section here. Then I'll edit it. So you see there's an edit here. So I'll quickly do the edits of the news of the quick links. Okay, so let me quickly edit it. All right, so I want to edit a quick link. So now so it is a quick link. So I will just enter a name here. Okay, so one of the sites that you can do is just a name of it. You can also add any image at all that you saw it. So if I want to add an image to it, I can click on the custom image, or if you have an icon also, you can also click on the icon and just change it. So I can let me upload a quick image. Okay, let me quickly pick an image. So I can pick any of images here. All right, so let me add the image. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Now I want to change the URL of the link. So I'll just do the change of the URL, and then I will insert from a link. So the link that I want to access is, let's say, this link here. I'll go back. Let me copy it and paste it here. Then I'll do so. Now because you are picking the link from external person, so it will just let you know that you are inserting a link from an external source. So that is something that I'm aware of it. Then when that is done, I will just close on a quick link here. So you see that my lesson has changed. So I'll do the same thing for the other ones too. So I will change this one. Then I will use a multi-thread website. So assuming there's a particular website that you normally visit. So I'll quickly pick this website here. All right, so insert from a link here, then I'll paste it. So the same information I got previously, that's the same thing that you also get. Then I'll do a insert. Then I can change the icon, or I can change the image. So I'll browse for an image. So I would upload the image here. So I can use a multi-thread logo to represent the multi-thread. Okay, so let me quickly add. Okay, so that is fine because this is for demonstration purposes. So in your environment, you can have your own custom images and all that. So I would just close it. Then you see that. Let me change the name quickly. Okay, so this is multi-thread. This is a multi-thread website. Yeah. Okay, so then I'll then close it. Then quickly, when I am done, I can save it as a draft so that I can see the way it also looks like. Then when I am okay with it, I'll just do republish. Then the quick links that I also added is also published. I would go back again to the other sites, to my other accounts. Okay, so quickly, let me just do a refresh here. Okay, so the changes we have made here, I'll do a refresh, then the changes is also reflecting here. So if you make any changes to this page, so that is what you see. Now you are seeing that this account, so that is the multi-thread training, or that's the MICTS training, has the edits icon. The same also goes for my personal account. My personal account also has the edit feature. So that means that my personal accounts can also edit. Now, what happens is that if you create a team site and then you add your colleagues as members, by by default, they can edit the pages. Now, if you want to control that aspect, okay, so if I want to control that as a for now, I will not control that aspect for now because I will need this other account to be able to modify documents. So I will not change that aspect for now. So if you want that to happen, so this is the account that I used to create this team site. So I'll go to my settings here, and then in my settings, I can see site permissions. Okay, so for site permission, you see that site members, they have the rule of an edit. Now, because they can edit, then that is when they can see, that is why this account, that's my personal account, which is a member of the finance team site, can see the edit option here. So if I want that not to happen, then I'll quickly select on the drop down and then I'll give it a read access only. So by read access only, they can access the content and everything. But what they can't do is that they cannot edit the page, like they cannot edit the page. But as I said for now, because we'll be looking at the document library aspect, so I would not do that for now. But at the end of the section or at the end of the session, I will do that for you to see. So I'll quickly not go that aspect. So that is just how you'll be able to modify the pages. If someone has any question regarding what has been done so far, you can just use the raise hand feature on your Teams, and then I can allow you to ask your question before we delve into the document library itself.
Okay, so just for those who just joined, what we've been treating is a Microsoft SharePoint. Today being the second time, we are digging a bit deeper. And like I said, most of the things that he had done so far will ordinarily be done by either the administrator, the head of department, or the power user assigned. And what we have done is to be able to create a department team site, which allow communication within the team. As I said before, this would have been the notice board of the department or the unit, or it would have been the emails we send around to keep people updated on issues. But the way remote work is coming, this is how we are able to keep people updated with the latest. And as he said before, it allows us also to put it on a mobile phone and get alerts. So we are having a notice board for a department that is intelligent and that is smart and it's accessible everywhere, whether you're in the office or not. And he has also shown that the people can either have an edit right or they're just to be reading. So there could be one or two people who are editing and then who are the content creators and the rest are just who read the information. And we just focus on one aspect of the site, which is the news part, where we are publishing news or announcements for the people within the unit. Now, what we're going to do next, with the time is going, but what we're going to do next is to touch on one of the aspects we touched last week, which is to do the document. So the SharePoint can be used for news and it can be used to broadcast information, but we can also use it as a document management system. So we are going to now switch to the part where we now use the SharePoint as a document management system. And he will show that maybe in the next 10 minutes while our time is going. And then we can, like you said, you can be putting your questions and we can answer as we proceed. Karl, you can move on. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Akuffo. All right, so we have, so now that we're done this, the updating the page, so we have our document library here. So I made mention that as part of you creating a site, you can have a document library. So this is just a view of the document library. So what I'll do is that I'll quickly go to the document library full page itself so that you can look at the document library. Last 2 weeks we touched on the document library, but we didn't finish. So today, what we look at as part of the document library, we look at how you'll be able to add information to a particular document, and how you can also request for sign off on your document, how you can also create an alert on document and all that. So I'll create a new folder. So I'll create a new folder here. So this is a general folder. Okay, so this is a general folder. So let me create this folder. Then what I'll do is that I would upload documents in it. So let me upload a document in it. So I'll pick a folder. Okay, so I'll pick a folder here quickly. Let me select all the folders. Then I'm uploading all the folders into it and all that. Now this is a folder. This is a document that I've uploaded into the general folder. Now this document doesn't have any other information to it. So now because it is a finance department and various documents comes in. So as a head of a department, I need to know the source of that particular document. So that is where I then need to add a metadata. So metadata, as I said earlier, metadata is adding an extra information. So I would use the add column here to create metadata. So what I need to do or per what I want to do a choice so that if someone is uploading a document into this general folder, the person will specify whether the document is an invoice document, whether it is a pure invoice document or whatever. So I'll use the choice here. Okay, so I'll do document source. Okay. All right, so then I'll add my various choices that I want to invoice. Okay, so purchase order. Then let me add another one quickly. Okay, so I have goods received notes. I think for those who are in the finance department, they would understand the goods received notes. Okay, so then I will then add it. Then when I am done, I'll quickly do a save. Okay, so I have been able to add a source to it. Okay, so now I have my source here. So because I uploaded the documents before creating my metadata, ordinarily you would have, or in a live environment, you would have already created the metadata, but it is not far-fetched. It is not far-fetched. So let me edit this particular document here. Okay, let me quickly open this document. Let me do a quick edit on this particular document. All right, so let me quickly edit it quickly. All right, so so let's say this document is an invoice. All right, this one is also a purchase order. This one is also a goods receipt. And then this one would also be an invoice. Okay, then quickly Then quickly, I will just exit it. Then you see that I have added an extra information. So if I pick this particular document, I know that this document it is an invoice document. If I pick this guy, I know that this document is a purchase order document. If I pick this document, I know that this document is a goods received note. And then if I pick this document, I know that this document is an invoice document. So that is how I can, or that is how you will be able to add an extra. So what I have done is that I have added an extra information on this particular document. Now, the reason why adding extra information is important because going for it will also help you when you are doing a search. So if you have if you have a lot of documents, it also helps you. If I'm doing a search, now I can do a search for invoices. So I've come to my document library. I can do a search for invoices. So I want to see documents that are, or I want to see an invoice document. So that's why it is important that if you are creating any document library, it is important that you add an extra metadata, or you add an extra information to it so that it can help you if you are doing a search. So this is how you can use, you can add an extra this thing. You can create as many as you want. So if probably in your environment, the finance team or even the departmental head want to know where the document is coming from. Let's say if it is coming from a particular client, for instance, then you can also add the column again and just select whoever that you want to, or whichever formation that you want to do. So let me go back again. Now, so now that I have added a document, or that now that I have added an extra information to it, let me see, or let me, how can I request for a sign off? So I have a document, and that document requires that it has to be sent out. So let's see how I'll be able to request for a sign off. So I have this particular document. Now I need to send this document out to a particular client. So now I need my head of department to access this document and then gives approval for the document to be sent out. So how will I request for a sign off? So I will select this document. So I have the option here. So I have automate, for instance. Yeah, then you see request sign off. Okay, so you see you have request sign off. Now, so it is quickly coming up. Okay, so you then create a flow quickly. I'll just create a flow. So I'll just create a flow. So while the flow is connecting, then I'll choose who should approve this document for me, or I can choose my head of department. So let me choose my account. Okay, so I check if this document can be sent out. Okay, wait. Then I'll just run the flow. And then when I run the flow and then I refresh it, you see an extra column has been added. So you see, I can see that there's an extra column that has been added. You see that there's an extra column. So I see the sign of status as still pending. Now let's see how I'll be able to. So an email will be sent to my account. So if I go to my account, for instance, and I go to my email, so I would open my email. Let me open my email. And let's see what would happen to my email. So I would open my email. Okay, so I would open my email. So this is my email. So I would refresh it and see whether I have gotten the notification. Okay, so while I am still waiting on the email notification so that I can review that document, because of time, let's look at how we can create an alert on a particular document, or how we can create an alert on a document while we are still waiting for the email to come. Okay, so I would refresh this particular document. Then I would open this document. Okay, so I just received that email. Yeah, okay. So he's saying that please approve setup. Okay, so he's saying that requested by MICT chain. So that is the account that I used to do the setup. So the note is that please can you check if this document can be sent out. So that is the message that that I sent out. Now before I can approve this document, I need to check the documents first. So it has already given me the link to that particular document. So that's a setup document. So I can click on that document, then I can review it. So if everything is fine and all that, if everything is fine, then I can close it here. Then I can see, then I can approve it. But if everything is not okay, then I can reject it and still give a reason. So I'll just, so I have reviewed it, okay. And everything is okay. It's okay, yeah. All right, then I'll then submit it. Okay. Now I have approved this document. So let's see what happens to the sign-off status of that particular document. Okay, so I would refresh this page, for instance. So you see that the status is been approved. You see now the status has now changed from pending to approved. So that is how you can also use the sign-off status to also check. And then I would also receive an email notification that the setup document has been approved. So I will just open my email. So okay, so I would open my email quickly. All right, good. So I will open my email and just check whether I have received. So I'll then receive an email notification that my setup document has been approved. So Karl Graham signed off your item. Then the reason for signing off the item is here. Everything is okay. It has been signed off. Now let's see how we can sync this my document library to my PC. Now, I made mention that we can sign off. Now, if I want to access my document library, what I need to do or what I do is that I have to go to my SharePoint online page. I have to go to my web browser, and before I can be able to access my SharePoint library. So now let's see how I'll be able to access my document library without necessarily opening my web browser and going into my SharePoint URL. So this document library has one folder. So this is a folder that I want to sync. I want to sync to my. So you see that on top of it, we have a sync here. So you click on the sync. Yeah, okay. So we click on the sync. Now because this is a different account, so I'll go to my personal account. Okay, so I'll go to my document library folder. So I would refresh it. Then whatever things that has been done here, I will see it. Okay. So I'll go to my document library. I'll go to my document library, and then I'll see a sync here. So I'll click on the sync. Now let's see what the sync will do. So it is syncing this document library to my PC. So this document library has been synced to my PC. I can go to my PC here, and then I go to now. If I go to my PC, I see that there's a multi-thread ICT solution. So you see that I have an icon on my Windows Explorer or my File Explorer that I see multi-thread ICT solutions. So I'll click on that one. Then I can see my finance team. Okay, so I can see the finance team document library here. Then I can open the document library. Then I can see all the files here. Okay, I can see all the files here. So what happened? So now I want to upload a document library in this page, and let's see whether this document would show in my online. Okay, so let me upload this document. Let me do a copy this document. All right, then let me paste this document. Okay, so now I'm pasting this document here. But first, let me check the status of this document, whether it is still uploading. Okay, so you can see that this document is uploading to my SharePoint. Like now, let me refresh this page and see. Okay, then I see the document that I uploaded here. So directly, there's no need for me to open my web page or my SharePoint page before I can be able to access any document. So rounding up, so you've been able to see how you can sync your document library. Any changes that I make here, that changes would show in my. I'll make a changes here. Let me make a changes. Let me pick a content here. Let me pick a content here. So while I am rounding up, let me pick my content here and just paste the content in this okay, so let me paste the content in here and let's see what would happen. Okay, so let me paste test only. Okay, let me paste the content again. Okay, all right, so let me copy and paste here. Then I go to my desktop. I'll do a refresh. So this is the setup. Okay, so let's see. Then I see the changes here directly. So that is how you can be able to sync your document library and all that. Okay, so
Okay, thank you, Karl, very much for the presentation. Before wind down today's session, I don't know whether Ben wants to add a few words, then we can wrap up. But I'll publish a post just for feedback so that we know whether we are really meet need or how we can improve. So Ben, I'll take closing remarks from you.
Yeah, time is fast spent because there's still more we could do, but it's fine. So because we are not getting feedback from them, we don't know whether we are doing right. So help us with the poll to see whether we are on right track and we are not giving you jargons that is not making sense. Which also help us to improve the solution we are doing. As you could see, what he just did is a very simple solution, but what this could help you do is to keep a consistent document. And you saw the compliance feature also, where we could have rules governing document. Nobody can take any document out without the document being signed off. That is a huge compliance thing that ordinarily would take a lot of solutions to do. So we keep the documents within the SharePoint, put policies on it to restrict people taking it out. And when you want to take it out, you request for a checkout before it's done. The good thing is we can have it on the portal, but the question is, what if there's internet off? We'll be able to sync it via OneDrive and you have a local copy. And whatever update happens, you can work on it. When you come back to the office and you connect to the internet, it syncs you back. There's so many more, including version control. The document he did, the one he just added, the comment he added, another version will be created. So in case we work on a document and later realize we need the old version, there is a way we can go back on it. Like we said, this is to introduce you to what capabilities and capacities is, and it's not the end. There's a lot more. So I think we'll draw the curtain down on the SharePoint, and maybe in the next couple of weeks we'll pick another one and also run through. So Edmund, that's about it. I can hand over and then you can close since the time is up. Thank you.